Hey guys, welcome back to the Pure Goddess channel. My name is Gwenly. I hope everyone's doing well. Um, very heavy energy like always, but very intense energy from the planet and the Schumann resonance. The energy has been super, it's spiked to the max. It's been like that most of today, and it's been very intense. Even my son is feeling very agitated, just very moody, not very confused, not sure what's going on. I'm very tired, very drained. My son is now 4.5 years old, and as I learn more about spirituality, because there's like never-ending information, right? Depending if, it just depends where you're at in your journey. If you're in the beginning stages, in the middle, like, it doesn't matter. You're always learning. But yeah, I've been with having a son, I've been creating and having like excuse me, different form of like parenting, new generation, different form of parenting as compared to the past generations in my family. And it really is, just creating as you go along what feels right, as a parent, what feels safe. It's easier the more we heal ourselves and our childhood. And so I've been teaching my son about energy, about literally energy with others, but also Lord, energy with others, energy in environments and rooms and spaces, energy in within the planet, the world, Mother Nature, universal, and what high frequency, lower frequencies, negative, positives, things like this, that are key to a child's life, and just like, I guess, navigating the world in a healthy way. These are important tools as the world is changing. You know, people need to catch on and adapt. So I guess my son is like a little, you know, like a test, like an experiment to see how, because this is new, right? I think there's so many people that my generation as parents are raising their kids very differently compared to generations before them. Oh shit. Okay, I guess I'm loud today. My energy is very out there today, like Cardi B energy, you know, and these are good days. These are good days because not every day is so me, so high vibrational. Excuse me. As empaths, as people who read energy for a living, that's how I call it. I don't get paid for it, not yet, you know, perhaps in the near future. But you know, absorbing people's energy, reading the room, reading people, just automatically having discernment, having psychic abilities, you know, you every day, I mean, it could be multiple times a day, in a day, that you have, like, it's literally a roller coaster of emotions or energy from others, depending what you're doing that day. If you're going out, if you're staying home, if you're keeping to yourself, if you're communicating with others, what changes throughout the day, compared to, you know, your daily habits. It could be a roller coaster. You know, and I've learned how to have energetic boundaries and have like a force field of my own energy. You know, it's like a little bubble around me, to say, of like boundaries and like protection for myself, because of how easily I absorb, how easily I could read energy, right? It's sometimes we just can't help it, right? We can't turn it off. And it's not something that can be turned off. And so basically we're always working, right? Working for the Most High, for God, for humanity, transmuting negative energy. You know, that's part of my job. Is transmuting negative energy, doing grid work, which is going to different environments. A lot of grid work, there's a saying of like, you know, after you have kids, you don't even remember anything, like your past life. I mean, your past, basically. You don't remember your past. It's like a brand new life for you when you have kids. And it's a beautiful thing, right? So after I had my son, your world changes, literally in every in every way. But since having my son, most of my grid work, which is, for me, my explanation, my understanding to this point, in a very simple way, so I don't confuse myself, because there's so much in depth and details in spirituality and different subjects, topics, different perspectives, that one could talk about, right? Certain things. And so most of my grid work, energetic grid work, would be like it's been in like my child's daycare, childcare, preschools, what I've noticed, and also work. What I've noticed, right? Everyone has their lifestyle, the way they live their life, the type of work they do. Not everyone has the same type of work. Not everyone has children, or one child. They have multiple, or people are married, or they, just different, right? Everyone's different. And so mine, where I do my work, is in my son's daycares and preschools. So I'm like sent on a mission like to do energetic work, to put people in a spot where they have to choose to be people are put in a spot to choose between dharma or karma. Do you want to be the change, or you're gonna stay stuck and not heal? Because it's do or die. Like, that's why I come into people's lives, right? And I'm starting to, I guess, give less fucks. And I'm thankful for that. Because a lot of the stuff, I grew up with religious parents, or with parents like who are like, everything's taboo. It's all about religion. Very close-minded, or don't talk about that, and like very fearful mindset. Oh, the devil is like, it's scary, and just very, I guess, black and white, and and so I've been, trying very much, because, I have a call to speak online, and I'm like the shyest person. Like, I'm growing out of it, but my whole life, most of my life, I've been like meep, like I barely say a word my whole life. Very, very quiet, keeping everything to myself, very, very shy and timid. And I used to be scared of my power, of my strength, of my knowing, of my abilities, my gifts, my discernment. I used to be scared because I could see right through someone. I could see the truth, within them. I could see the potential in people. I still see the potential in people. But I was very afraid of myself, of what I can do. And that fear was instilled by my own family, you know, not on purpose, because they had their own way how they were raised. And you know, with every parent, how you raise your kids, when those kids grow up and have their own family, their own kids, they're gonna make those changes that they wish their parents changed, you know, and how they were raised. And you know, as long as we evolve, you know, every generation, that's awesome. Some people don't want to do the work, don't want to heal, which is healing. When you heal yourself, you heal your generation. You make those tough changes and you heal. And you know, being the black sheep, being the person who stands up for the family, because of how much they love their family. They want to see them prosper and overcome all those fears and, you know, all those insecurities and, you know, all these things.